The onboarding, I can say, was literally, it took us like 5, 10 minutes maybe to get everything set up and start streaming events to the event hub. And it's been a great partnership so far. Once we onboarded them, I expected something magical to happen in the dashboard. I expected to see all these other alerts because we had alert fatigue from the other vendors and the other solutions
Right.
that we had. And it was quiet. And I reached out a couple of times, was like, "Hey, you guys sure this thing is working? Are we good?" And it wasn't. When I popped into the actual console, the Red Canary console, I would see what their team was doing, and probably about 60, 75% of the alerts or events that they were looking at were false positive, and they never hit us. So that's why it was actually so quiet. And we're actually to the point now. I think we've been deployed around 7 months. That the Red Canary team is the primary incident handler for our endpoint alerts. We do have some automation set up and some triggers, so certain things do get escalated back to my team, but I would say probably about 90, 95% of the endpoint detections and alerts are handled and resolved by the Red Canary team. So that trust factor is there. I look at them
That's
as
great.
an extension of my internal team, and it's been a very beneficial partnership so far because now my team can focus on other things that are equally as important. My application security engineer does a lot of testing on his endpoint, so he has things on
Testing.
his
Yeah.
yes, testing. He has a lot of things on his endpoint that no other user in our population would have. And we would get some alerts that would be escalated back in, but after we basically updated the Red Canary team in the CERT, now they still do the investigations. We see them, but they have the intelligence now, in the system to know that that's just my AppSec engineer, testing the exploit. If we have Defender, that's basically an EDR solution, that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. What additional value does Red Canary add? And the quick answer is no matter how much technology you have, you can't ever really replace at this point good human intelligence, eyes on glass. And Red Canaries, what they're doing in the background actually sometimes will pick up things that Defender, I won't say omits, but it's not interesting to Defender, so to speak. But they have their guys and their team in the background that are looking at all of the raw data in uh, a large context, so they know what's coming in and affecting all of the endpoints. I sleep well at night, not getting a lot of false positives or escalations coming through for remediation or other things like that. So it's been a very like I say, seamless process, almost to the point, like I said initially, that I was a little stressed from the lack of alerts that weren't being generated. This has really been a set it and almost forget it type relationship. Obviously, there are things that still come in that my team internally has to tackle, but we've reduced our endpoint, fatigue and workloads 85, 90% with the combination of Defender and Red Canary. My team usually starts their investigations in the Red Canary portal, and then if looking at the events that they've detected, if there is a detection, we can pivot directly into the Defender portal from the Red Canary portal. But
Mhm.
the way that the portal is laid out is very understandable, easy, user friendly, and you can see all of the steps that has been taken in the investigation. So that actually helps with root cause analysis for things and timelines. And if you want to drill into that level of detail, it's in the portal in a very user friendly manner. I spend a lot of time in the reports. I do a lot of reporting on metrics and things to my executive team and to the boards. We've gotten to a certain trust level with Red Canary that, like I said, they are our, probably I would say first and second, tier of endpoint, analysts and remediation, and they really only escalate things back into us that requires us to take action on the endpoint in some physical manner, or if it's a high value target, I mean, high value asset. So
Yep.
care and feeding has been very minimal in comparison to um, the other systems that we've all used. There, obviously, it's no signatures to download, no agents to update. It's lightweight. It's been a thing of beauty. Endpoint security is one of those things where it's necessary. It's basic cybersecurity hygiene, but a lot of solutions generate a lot of false positives, which makes it difficult because you're trying to weed through and do investigations and actually validate or invalidate the alert. And a small team can spend an entire day just investigating endpoint alerts, especially, again, back to the environment that we're in. Everybody is working from home. People are, untrusted networks. People are doing things they really shouldn't be doing with their work computers at home. So that, the just alert fatigue. We probably were averaging around, I would say, 50 to 60 alerts from endpoints a day. Now we may get one a week, on average. Red Canary handles, all of that for us now. So yeah, it's again, I can't say enough good things.